Hey guys, so this video is for our 2nd through 4th grade team for March week 4. So our theme for the whole month has been Jump Ball, Finding Peace in the Madness, and our life app is Peace, proving you care more about each other than winning an argument. So all month long, we went back to week 1, prove you care more about others by letting go of what's fair, then prove you care more about others by walking away from a fight, prove you care more about others by being part of the solution. And this week we're talking about we can make peace with others because God made peace with us. And the verse that we're going to be focusing on this week is Colossians 3:15. And what that says is, let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, since as members of one body you were called to peace, and be thankful. So that's kind of what our story is going to be about all week long. Our memory verse, kids will be getting memory verse cards this month, so just encourage them to practice their verse all week long. And if they know it next Sunday, to bring their card and they can go to the cafe and tell the cafe their memory verse and they'll get a free donut. So the memory verse, let us do all we can to live in peace and let us work hard to build up one another. Romans 14:19. All right. So when you get here at 8:30 and 10:30, just please take a couple of minutes and just pray for your small group. Pray for your kids. Thank God for making peace with us by sending Jesus. This is Palm Sunday, so just that gift of sending Jesus. And just ask God to guide you as you unpack that truth today with your kids. So then as kids roll in at 8:40 and 10:40, ask them to join your circle, ask about their week, make sure you know their names, and make sure if there's any first-time guests that they feel very welcomed. And then some little icebreaker questions we have. What's one way you choose to keep the peace at home, or you chose to keep the peace at home this past week at your school or in your neighborhood? And what happened when you chose to do whatever you could to bring peace to the situation? How did other people respond? Did they notice? So kind of just how have they been being peacemakers? Then the first game that you're going to do at your station, you'll either have a game of Operation or a game of Jenga. And you're just going to gather kids around the game and then play the game like normal. But you're going to use the timer so that each player only has 15 seconds to do his or her turn. And actually, what I'm going to tell you to do, because we don't have timers, is just use the timer that's on your phone. And just tell them that they only have 15 seconds. So start the timer as soon as the game moves to the next player so that the kids really feel the effect of the time limit that they have to go. They have to make their move. And then when your time is over and it's time to go to large group, you're just going to say, so guys, how did it feel knowing that you only had a certain amount of time to complete your turn? Would it have made a difference if we'd played the game without a time limit? So yeah, those games, Operation Jenga, it's hard enough without putting the extra pressure of a time limit. That time limit pressure made you feel like a little stressed, a little anxious. So it's hard to have peace when we're worried, isn't it? But real peace is possible, and no matter what's happening around us. So we're going to go find out how we can have real peace today from our Bible story. So then head over to large group. We have new lighting in our large group area, so exciting. Next week, our stage is starting to be built. So it's really all finally coming together. Very, very exciting stuff. Make sure that you just have your group sit with you. Help them to engage in the story. Help them to engage in the worship. When you head back to your small groups, again, 3rd and 4th grade boys, if you'd like to bring your cart over to large group with you, you can. And then that way you guys can just stay in the large group room when large group is over so you have some more space. But the first review activity that you're going to do, each kid is going to get a sheet of white paper. And then it's these folding instructions, and it's going to teach them how to make an origami cross. So as long as they follow the folding instructions, it's pretty simple for them to do. So they just really have to take their time and be patient and follow those instructions. So what you're going to do, hand out a piece of white paper to every kid, and then you're going to look up and read Colossians 3:15, which that's what I read at the beginning on my phone together. And you're just going to explain that these verses remind us that we can make peace with others because God made peace with us. Oh, you're good. You're fine. And then just use those instructions to help kids fold, and they just have to make one cut to create their cross. And if time allows, they can write Colossians 3:15 in the center of their crosses. So then just to close that down, you're just going to say, so guys, what's the ultimate reason we can have peace? Yeah, because God made peace with us. And how did you do that? Through Jesus. So God sent Jesus to take the punishment for the wrong things that we did by dying on the cross. But he didn't stay dead. That's what's awesome. Through Jesus, God brought peace to our hearts because Jesus rose from the dead 3 days later. And we get to celebrate that next weekend on Easter. So let's take these crosses home as a reminder that we can make peace with others because God makes peace with us. So then for the memory verse review, kids all are going to have a Ziploc baggie. And before they cut this apart, they can color it. It's just their memory verse. Practice saying it with the motions. Pass out their memory verse cards at this time. Remind them to bring them back next week. And then kids can cut out along all the zigzag lines and make their own little memory verse puzzle. And there'll be baggies on each of your carts so that they can take this home and they can practice their memory verse puzzle along this week too. So just going to say, guys, this has been an awesome month learning all about peace, and I've loved learning this memory verse, and we should do all that we can to live in peace because Jesus gave up his own life. He made the greatest sacrifice to bring us peace between us and God. And because of what we did, our sins no longer separate us from God. And that's amazing. So when you guys face a situation this week where maybe you want to push for your own way, or you want to be right, or you want to put up a fight, just think about the peace that God has given us and remember that we can make peace with others because God made peace with us. So then if your small group is up for it, you have some optional small group discussion questions that you can just sit and chat about. So why do we want to live in peace with others? What's one way we can honor God and bring peace to a relationship that's not peaceful? And what does it mean to let Christ's peace rule in our hearts? So some little questions about peace there. And then when you close in prayer, all you need is the cross that you made in the little origami activity. And you're just going to encourage kids to hold their cross that they made as you pray. And you can make it personal by just talking to kids about how knowing Jesus and having a relationship with him has helped you to be a peacemaker. Ask your kids if any of them want to pray out loud. And if no one volunteers, then you can just close and pray. So as adults come, encourage kids to show them their crosses and talk about how the cross brings us peace. And that's it for this week, guys. So thank you so much for serving. I know I say this every week, but I am so truly, truly grateful for all of you as small group leaders. What we do on Sunday mornings all hinges on you all. And thank you for serving and volunteering. And I'm just so grateful for you. And I'll see you on Sunday.